How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with session beer time in the form of Revolution Brewing Company. This is their Mineshaft Gap. It is a barley wine ale aged in cognac barrels. Yes, sipping beers, chugging beers, session beers, whatever you want to call them. A paltry 12.4%. This comes courtesy from my boy Steven. Thank you very much, brother. Barley wine, cognac barrels. This dude is very happy. It says here, a barley wine takes shelter in cognac barrels for 12 months before emerging imbued with characteristics of one of the world's most storied spirits. French oak adds character that is subdued but complex as compared to American varieties, making this a perfect beer for the best times or the end of times. Enjoy now or store cold. This can was filled on the 3rd of December, 2020. We are now into almost March. No, it is March. Holy shit. It's March. Oh my god, it's fucking March. I'm going to have a baby in days. That's the crazy part. So we're going to drink barley wine. Because that's what we do. Listen. Revolution's barrel aging program. It doesn't need any kind of upselling or pumping up from me. It's world class, probably one of the better ones in the world, let alone the country. And but I rarely get to have these that are relatively fresh. I mean, we're only talking 3 months on this thing, so I'm kind of curious to see how it comes off. 12.4% black can, classic. What they typically do. Now you're talking about a barley wine aged in cognac barrels. First things first, I would want to have a little bit of murkiness to it. This is really clear. I mean, really clear. I'm not sure if it's going to come off on camera like that, but you should be able to see my finger easily through that. And I can just look through this rich mahogany, washed out kind of mahogany looking malted malt ball colored head thing. I mean, it looks the part of a barley wine, but I like them, especially if they're barrel aged, have a bit of already pre aged time in the cask. To have this little bit of murkiness to them. So this one looks like it's going to come off a little bit sweeter, a little bit richer, a little bit sharper. We'll see how it goes. Give it a whirl. Let's get a whiff. I mean, it smells awesome. I mean, it is just you're talking about rum-soaked raisin. Well, you're talking about cognac-soaked chocolate raisinets here. It might not eke too big into the raisin anything. There is a little bit of pruny more than raisin thing going on, but you know what I'm talking about. And the way the cognac comes off here is quite nice because it's marrying well with the higher ABV of the beer itself, to where it's not an ultra hot beer. It's a hot beer. It's 12.4%. It's barrel aged. You know you're getting something of beef off of this beer, but it's not nearly as big as you think it would be based off of the ABV of the beer and the actual spirit in play. And when they talk about that kind of French oak, it really does come through here because you're getting a soft vanilla characteristic that has to be barrel derived. It just has this nice sweeter kind of vanilla to it. It's not so much like a coconutty vanilla as it is a little bit sharper, what you get from a French oak kind of vanilla off of it. And I like it quite a bit. I don't know why I'm being hesitant about not liking this beer. Like I said, it's Revolution, it's a barley wine, cognac barrels, blah, blah, blah. If this is not good, I'd be surprised. But it smells rich, decadent, adulty, desserty. That'd be the way I go. So let's just dive in. Cheers. That's not too shabby. I mean, that's really good. My biggest gripe about this beer, you guys can guess it, it's not so much that it needs more time. I think it's actually a really tasty beer as is. That barley wine itself comes through. It's rich sugar daddies. It has this nice kind of sweet, desserty component to it. That cognac barrel shows its face. It doesn't overpower the beer, but you get that nice kind of spirit characteristic backed up by not only the vanilla you're getting from those kind of the oak from those barrels, but you're actually getting a decent wood component, which kind of reins in a bit of that sweetness, which is quite nice. But we like big butts. We cannot lie. But I can taste what it's going to be. I know that's super douchey and super not cryptic, but kind of like, I don't know, copping out to the beer because I think it's drinking nice for how fresh and how green it is. But I can taste what this beer is going to be in like a year or two, because there are some like little herky-jerky moments in there. There's a little bit of Band-Aid kind of latex phenolic in here. It's from your big, huge, saturated liquor, boozy beer. It's not hindering this beer at all right now in the taste, but it's there, so it's worth mentioning. There is a little bit of distinct separation between some components in here, from the sweetness of the spirit to the beer to the barrel. They're working together. They're becoming friends. They're just not sure of each other yet. You know, they're shaking hands. How you doing this morning? Sizing each other up. They're just not best buds yet. They're not hanging out after work, kind of going to the bar, throwing down a few, going to a bottle share, making a couple really fun, bad decisions. They haven't reached that point in their relationship. They're going to get there. They just haven't gotten there yet. And it just has all the makings of an absolutely phenomenal, fantastical beer. Barrel-aged beer. Barrel-aged barley wine from Revolution Brewing. I mean, it's kind of where they hang their hat. At least they do for me. And it's going to be great. But it's still tasty right now. That's the best part about this beer, is that it drinks and tastes way better than I thought it was. When I get that kind of clarity off a beer, a barley wine more specifically, I expect the mouthfeel to suffer, and I expect there to be an extreme sharp sweetness. Lacks both of those. Sure, that oak tannin from the barrel really does help kind of soften that mouthfeel, but it could be a little bit softer. And while it's sweet, no one's ever going to convince you this beer is not sweet. It's not nearly as sweet as I thought it was going to be. And it just, like I said, it's tasty AF right now. I'm really glad I'm drinking it right now. But I'll tell you what, in 2 years' time, this is. There you go. That's all I have to say. This is. But I mean, you're marrying two of my favorite things with one of the best breweries that does those things. You're marrying, cognac, barrel, barley wine. It's just literally, it makes my heart a flutter. Just a little bit of time is just going to make those two best friends, BFFs, besties. And when they do become besties, watch out, because there's going to be dangerous, delicious best friend things going on inside that beer, and I want to be in part of it. Let's put it that way. Man, off the rails beer review. So let's talk about it. This is one of the better barrel-aged barley wines I've had as late. Even with me kind of waxing poetic about the future on this beer, it is. It's only trumped by the ones that already have that kind of age. Well, Revolution beers included. There's very few and far between breweries that do this level of barley wine / barrel-aged barley wine. Revolution Brewing, Kunin, I'm missing a bunch of other ones. J.W. Lee's, and there's a couple few and far between. Block 15. Some breweries that I think do really amazing jobs at this kind of beer, and they're on there. They're perennial Mount Rushmore status, and they're deservingly so. So this is a fantastic beer that is just going to get better with time. Value availability, I actually don't know. Steven, did I say Steven gave me this beer? I did. I must have. Let me know what you paid for this, and leave you with if you like what you like this beer. If you like barrel-aged barley wines, if you like cognac barrel-aged beers, and you like cognac barrel-aged barley wines, you don't mind a little bit of a fresh heater, a fresh banger, because while I know for a fact in my hearts of hearts that this will be great and better and fantastical, more awesomer, those are words, in 2 more years, I'm not upset at drinking it right now. Let's put it that way. There you go. Little massive beer reviews in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of revolution up in this piece. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.